This is Vam Electric Ghost, and we're live from our Expansive Sound home studio. And we're into our new stuff. We've got the Zoom R20. This is our quick manual. We've been using it a lot to do really cool DAWless production. And, that's something we're into. Like a DAW is a digital audio workstation, and we're a DAWless producer. You see behind me all those hardware synths, modular and digital. And the R20 is a great DAWless solution. It finally gives DAWless producers like myself the ability to cut and paste, have a touch screen that you can actually take tracks and move them around. You can expand them, you can contract them. It has an FM synthesizer on board, allows you to bring in samples or wave files from something like we have an Akai Force, which is another DAWless wonder. We're using a Zoom Live Track L8 right now to talk to you. So what we're going to do is we actually have a full video of a live performance that we did. We like to do stream of consciousness performance, and we did a live performance. And what we're going to do is we're going to actually play that. It's called Hard Time for the Good Time Girls. We're going to bring that up. We're not going to play it yet. And that's it right there. But we're going to talk about a couple other things before we get into it. So we've got a sponsor that we're working with. It's a brand called Double Jack Online. So if you go to Double Jack Online and take your phone right now and take that scan code, you can actually use it to check out this philanthropic lottery. And this philanthropic lottery, what's cool about it is that it allows you to just play Keno, Powerball, and they give a percentage of the profit to charity. And then you become an influencer, you can get a percentage of every play that somebody signs up for. And so that's pretty cool. So if you can make passive income as an artist today where you can't tour and stuff, that's a pretty cool thing. It only works outside the US, but if you use a VPN, you can do it, that way. So take your smartphone right now and scan Double Jack Online. Check it out. The philanthropic lottery. Start playing Keno and Powerball and check it out. So we're going to take that down for now. And the other thing that we've gotten into is we've got a sponsor called Newsly. Newsly is a pretty cool app on your iPhone. So if you see the link below, you can go to newsly.me, use the coupon code. You can see it scrolling right now, Ghost 2021. That's still valid. We checked. You receive 1 month free of a premium subscription. And what Newsly does is it reads the news back to you in a natural language, so that you can multitask and not have to actually physically view it. You can listen to the news being read back to you. So it's pretty cool. We use it. We love it. They're a sponsor of the podcast. Check it out. Again, use coupon code GHOST2021, newsly.me. Check it out. And so there's one other sponsor we want to get into, and it's really important. You can stop sex trafficking. And sex trafficking is like a scourge on the planet. There's been a lot of problems with it. People getting caught up in it. And what we're going to talk about right now is we've got this slideshow that we've built up that we've got from Sports Market. Now, Sports Market, what they've done is they've actually worked with this other organization. So if we show this a little bigger, what they do is they work with Treasured Vessels Foundation to help people in child sex trafficking get out of the trade. So what you do is you can buy from Sports Market, you can buy a t-shirt or merch or something else, and then percentage of that profit goes to actually stopping or helping people get out of sex trafficking and give them a safe place to stay. So if you go and use that bit.ly link and then use coupon code Keith Gittens -Jones, you'll get a percentage off and you can help stop this problem. This link will be in the permanent podcast that's going to be on Spotify and YouTube and Twitch and Facebook after. So we just want to get our sponsors, people aware of these things and check it out. So now we're going to actually switch gears. We're going to get back to what we were talking about with expansive sound. So expansive sound, again, is our way of doing non-digital audio workstation production. As you can see, the synths behind me, we've got some Rolands and Moogs, and we got a Grandmother, we got a Moog Mother 32, Moog DFAM, which is their percussive analog synth, and an Arteria Mini Root 2S. We got a System 1M, got the Zoom R20 new recorder. We've got an Akai Force, we got the L8, we even got an OPZ that we play with a lot. But what we're going to do is we actually got a video of us using the R20 to live stream on a Q8 camera through StreamYard. Yesterday, we did a live performance. And then what we did is we used the R20. We actually captured the live performance and actually streamed. So we actually took the 1/4-inch lines out from the R20, put them into a Q8. And the Q8 actually has really good ability to do sound, because you can take the 1/4-inch lines and bring them in. It has a compressor, and we actually sent that through the web, through our USB interface into StreamYard, and did a performance. Then we went back and did overdubs with a Grandmother and a Mother 32 on the R20. So what you have here is the video of the live performance with the overdubs added in. So we're going to show how you can use an R20 to not only do a live performance, but then edit the audio and change the wave file and add stuff to it. Now we're thinking of going back and adding additional vocal tracks. You can have up to 16 tracks on the R20, and it's pretty useful. And we've got different techniques where sometimes we'll take that R20 wave file and sample it into an Akai Force, and then bring in like things on the Akai Force that we don't have anywhere else. Like we have a Mellotron, we've got the ability to use some other things on it in terms of using the sample type clip-based workflow, so you can add that kind of stuff to something that was more freeform. But we're going to get into that right now. We're going to get into the string. So we got the stream coming up, and here we go. This is called Hard Times and Good Times.
this girl. I think it's so sick of in this world. I don't care, I just want my flag above. I wanna feel her curl. The time is deep in the world. I know that I give it all to girl. And all I wanna give it all to girl. It's hard to have a love in this world. Don't worry, no best boy here. wipe away those tears. Gonna wipe away those tears. Oh, your mess boy is here. Yeah, no, nothing to fear. Michael man, with the leg healed, darling, I know you will be. King of Michael man, sick and healed. Just smile like what you're gonna be. King of Michael man, sick and healed. And darling, with that smile, you're best. If I see it, is that real? Is that really good? Is that the real? Hey, Michael, man, you're 6 inch heel. Is that real? Is that real real? Yeah, smile. Is that how you feel? Are you trying to make another deal? Hard time for good time, girl. Ain't no one real world. Good time for a good time, girl. That's all it is, can't be a good time, girl. You know it's the world. You're not gonna find London hills. Everything can heal. With money and everything heal. With money, does every hurt heal. Money that every hurt you. That just can't feel. With money that every hurt you. For a child that you got into this field. For a child that you get into this field. Doesn't hurt, because they're here. Your money to solve all the things you forget. For a child that you get into this field, and living through that money won't feel. Really kill. be pain. Your brain will always be pain. Scared in your brain will always be. Scared in your brain will always be pain. Your brain will always be pain. Locked alone in the brain, and he didn't show up. He didn't ease your pain. Scared in your brain, midnight rain. He didn't show up with a package not going pain. Scared in your brain, in the rain. Didn't show up with a package, now you're in pain. Your brain and all that remains. It's that pain. Scaring your brain and all that remains. It's that desperate kind of pain. When you don't know what to do with yourself at the end of the day. And all you feel is pain. Do with yourself with the remains of the day. What do you do with yourself with the remains it is the same. Yeah, you're living with that narcotic pain. What you do to yourself is crazy. And you're in the depth of narcotic pain. What you do to yourself is crazy. What you do to yourself in the haze. What you do to yourself in your pain. And I don't want to see you lay there. In the depths of that crane. What you do to yourself, they call it pain. And you're dealing with it every day. I don't wanna see my beautiful lady right in the street corner in pain. What you do yourself is crazy. I don't want to see my beautiful lady lay. They're crying in gutter in pain. Hard times for the good times, girls, is that what they say? Hard times for the good times, girls, that's what they say. Don't want to see my beautiful queen in pain. They're lying in the gutter that way. Doesn't have to be that way. And she don't have to lie in the gutter, ill crane. Beautiful lady, lay in the dark corner of the street. Why does it have to be that way? Beautiful lady don't have to buy any pain. Why in the world have to be so crazy? And no, you don't have to be that way. don't have to be that way. I'm ill for me, don't have to be riding in pain. The cardiac don't disgrace. Yeah, that they got it that way. Yeah, that they put it in pain. What made it that way? The robber baron gets his way with you and each and every day. The robber baron gets it that way. Yeah, the very day when the bottom can't pay. Don't let the robber baron on the ledge get his way. Leave you in a corner, standing in pain. Don't let the robber baron get his way. On the ledge and now you're riding in pain. Riding in pain. Don't let the robber baron get his way. Leave you on the street corner riding in pain. Don't let him get his way. That little Jenny has no grace. That my darling is riding in pain. That little Jenny has no grace. And I can watch it got this way. Good time girl.
So we're back, and that was Hard Times for the Good Time Girls. And that was a live performance that we did yesterday using the R20. And then we did an overdub with the sonic weapons of choice, our Moog Grandmother, which is a semi-modular keyboard-driven Moog. It's got 2 oscillators and an LFO that can become a third. It is a total powerhouse. We use it all the time. We also rediscovered the Mother 32, which was the first Moog we ever got. And we've got it linked up to a Juno GI through MIDI. And then we also have it in a Eurorack from a solution called a 6U from Arturia. And in there, we've got a Moog, we've got a Make Noise Maths module that we use to modulate the Mother 32. And the Mother 32 only has a single oscillator, but it's super powerful. And when you link it to a MIDI keyboard like a Juno, you get the full range. And what we're able to get is like on the low end, we have a bass. In the mid, we've got some weird sonic kind of overtones and really crazy screaming lead. And in the top is kind of just a lot of dissonance. And so the different octave ranges cause the Moog to behave differently. And then we've got it running through the math module, which is basically allows you to add additional envelopes and LFOs to the signal. And the Mother 32 is so fat for one oscillator. We can continually find ways to use it, even though it's only got one oscillator. And people say, "What the heck is that?" And it's pretty expensive for one oscillator, $600. But then that with our DFAM, which is a 2 oscillator drum synth, which is like really powerful, and we love using that in this whole example. What you can do is like a lot of stream of consciousness, like playing the actual instrument and using all the controls, all the surface controls, which is one thing we've ordered, like a Roland, I think JDXI, because it's a recreation of the J800. And the cool thing about that synth was like in the age of the DX7 and the D50, where all the controls got put into the menu, and the menu was like a little digital screen. It was hard to program those synths, and you tended to just use the patches. Then the JD800 came out, and it's got all the controls again, and it's got the time variant system, the TVA, instead of the normal envelopes. And so it does a lot of real cool things. It's kind of got the partial kind of concept. It's got 4 parts to it, kind of like a D50, but a little different. You can do it. And we've been waiting for that module. We just found out from Sweetwater it's like not coming out until like March. And we ordered it back like when they first came out. We actually got the KB25 ahead of time waiting for it. We want to use it with our Akai Force and actually integrate songs into it. We like the way we use our Grandmother into our Akai Force. So that's our plan for it when we finally get it. But what we're doing also is we're doing a concert in February with a bunch of guests that we've had on the program, which we actually do podcast interviews on this platform. Because of COVID lately, we've had a lot of cancellations, but we do have a concert going to happen 11th through the 13th of February. People are sending us videos. They're doing live performance. We're going to live perform. Kind of that was an example of rehearsal, the kind of stuff we're going to perform. Now we got one more video that we're going to get into. So let me just remove the last video, and we're going to get another video we were working on. So we've got another video we did. And, for those of you who don't like bad language, this one's called Fuck Bed. So right from the start, it's kind of crazy. So we're going to get into it.
Lay it down, off fuck bed, licking it down, face not red. Darling lover, you're the best. You look so good in that little black dress. You look delicious and wearing this stunning in red. Fuck you so damn hard, off fuck bed. Laying you down, off fuck bed, licking you down, face not red. Darling lover, you're the best. So damn delicious in an off fuck bed, legs up in the air against my chest, pumping thrusty the way I know best. Hearing you scream, feeling everything to rest. Laying you down, off fuck bed, licking you down, face not red. Darling lover, you're the best. You look so good in that little black dress. You look delicious and white, and stunning red. You fuck you so damn hard, off fuck bed. So damn delicious and off fuck bed. Legs up in the air against my chest, pump thrusting you the way I know best, and hear you scream and you know the rest. Laying you down off fuck bed, licking you down, face not red. Darling lover, you're the best. You look so good in that little black dress, delicious and white and stunning in red. Oh fuck you so damn hard and off fuck bed. So damn delicious and off fuck bed, legs in the air up against my chest, pump thrusting you the way I know best, and to hear you scream and you know the rest. So damn delicious and off fuck bed, legs up in the air against my chest, pump thrusting you the way I know best, and hear you scream and your face turn red. Laying you down, off fuck bed, licking you down, face not red. Darling lover, you're the best. So damn delicious in the off fuck bed, legs up in the air against my chest, pumped up from you the way I know best. Hearing you scream and your face turn red. There's nothing that's delicious in that black dress. It looks stunning right, delicious and red. Really know, fuck you so hard in that off fuck bed. So damn delicious in an off fuck bed, I legs up in the air against my chest, pumped up in you the way I know best, and hear you scream and you know the rest. Into a little death, into a little head, a pretty mess over that dress, pump you till you're red.
We're back, and so that was a video. It's kind of risque. It's kind of what we do. Um, but another example of using the Zoom R20 to capture our analog sense, and it is kind of a punk aesthetic. A lot of what we like, we're a child of the '70s. We're 54 years old. We grew up, into Zeppelin and Hendrix and stuff, and then saw the MTV in the new romantic age. Saw Joy Division's first videos, um, and was really inspired by the Clash and the Ramones and a lot of early MTV that had this kind of new romantic and punk kind of aesthetic. And so that kind of informed what we did. We had like a garage band, a basement band when I was a kid. We called ourselves NXT, and I just got a little Casio CZ 101, and we had a drummer, and we had my brother playing guitar, and we were listening to all kinds of new wave, from Duran Duran to Flock of Seagulls and Moving Pictures, and we liked bands like Rush and Zeppelin, and Hendrix and Pink Floyd. We was a child of the '70s, so we had heavy record collection vinyl, so we listened to things all the way through. And we got the tape, and then we got the CDs. But in that time, when MTV started, everything was still kind of vinyl. I actually bought Purple Rain, rode my bike to get it, and I bought it on vinyl. I got like Talking Heads, Speaking Tongues on vinyl, like a big country record. I had tons of vinyl when I was a kid. I was buying stuff on vinyl, and then it kind of shifted from the cassettes. In my car, I had a cassette player like an Alpine, and then eventually CDs started getting into play. But the whole idea with expansive sound is this idea that when I talk about the vinyl, what's I got to do with it? Well, vinyl records are when people would listen to the A and B side. You wouldn't skip around so much unless you're really like finicky. And the idea what we do with expansive sound, we do a lot of projects that are full, concepts. What we just did, with that first song, it's like a 30-minute thing. It's a suite, and it's all about like stream of consciousness, but the whole theme was this like good time girls in this age is like, so a girl was like a party girl, like an 80s party girl, valley girl, just a girl who wants to live life to the extreme and just have fun, go to parties on Friday night and Saturday night and kind of recover on Sunday. The world has changed. You got to be online, and so then now she's like switched to being online, and it's a whole different vibe. And it's also talking about addiction and like robber barons and all kinds of stuff are thrown in, like Epstein, that kind of illusions and stuff. But the whole idea is like there's low depth. Is like behind the smile of a party girl, and she's all hyped. Is there like really somebody who's kind of manic depressive, or something happened, like some robber baron abused her? Like, how did she get so into not wanting to feel reality? And so that's the whole idea, that vibe is that, we got into that. We're a writer. We try to come up with ideas. So we had that idea going into it, and then we kind of just stream of consciousness it all the way through. And we found some little nuggets in there. We're going to separate some of the little pieces with some of the songs. They're actually songs that come out of these practice sessions. Do a practice session, and then eventually what happens is it feel like part of it, where the pieces of it actually are like songs, where you think, oh, I can actually develop that. And we actually did that with the whole tape. We went back onto it. And like we said, we did overdubs, added Moog bass lines and lead lines, additional stuff in to some sections. And if we're thinking of adding some additional overdubs of vocals on the R20, because we actually captured the live performance that we streamed out through StreamYard, and we put it onto the R20. So that means we can overdub into it. And then because the R20 has like a DAW-like structure, we could even take the original recording and move parts around like a DAW. You can cut and paste and snip things up and move them around, which is pretty cool to be able to do it. And you do it with your finger, like a touch phone. It has a touch screen. Not that we're pushing that product, but we've used a lot of Zoom products, and we got it. We originally were a Tascam 4-tracker guy back in the day. We had a D5 and a Tascam 4-tracker and a Korg sequencer. We used to do a lot of multi-trimble stuff. So this session here was mostly to go through the use of the R20. which it comes with this quick user guide that we got. You can see, and we were still learning some things about it. If anybody's got any quick hints? One thing we would like to know, is there a quick way to jump the cursor and make it jump to the end of the song or the beginning of the song? I don't know if there's a shortcut. I haven't figured that out. So if somebody knows how to take the little cursor when you're going to add, cut and pasting, is there a shortcut to making that go to the beginning of the song? Is there a shortcut that makes it go to the end of the song or the last thing? I think the only way it works is that you actually have to manually insert like stop points or whatever. I forget. There's a thing that you can actually put in placeholders, and if you put the placeholders in, then maybe you can do that. But I don't know if there's some kind of control button. I've been looking for new updates to the software. I haven't seen a current update, but we're done with this episode. Again, for those of us that listen to us on Anchor FM, there's a support button there. We've got support buttons. Please check out the sponsors we have, like Double Jack Online, which you see the scan code here. We're going to bring it up again so you can check it out. They are pretty cool. So again, take your cell phone, scan the Double Jack Online. They're a philanthropic lottery. Every play you do, if you become, one thing you can do is you can become an influencer. If you're have a good following and you go on to Double Jack Online with that scan code, you can become a influencer for them. And as people join up, you get a percentage when they play Powerball and when they play Keno. You get a percentage of the profit. So take your cell phone right now, smartphone, and scan that. Check out Double Jack Online. If you're in the US, you have to use a VPN. Otherwise, but you can still sign up to be an influencer and help people out and get a lot of fans. If you got a lot of international fans and you're a musician trying to get some extra cash, it's a cool thing to do. They give a percentage of the plays to charity. So check it out. So again, make sure that you subscribe to us on our YouTube channel. We're trying to increase our subscribers. So if you're watching us, hit the subscribe button. Same thing on Facebook. Please hit the subscribe. If you're on our SoundCloud, become a member of SoundCloud and like us, because we got a lot of people who listen to us on SoundCloud, but they're actually not members of SoundCloud. So then that gives us, we don't get as good numbers if we could. Thank you very much for listening to The Ghost, or watching The Ghost. This will be on Spotify soon. Thank you very much.